I'm so sorry that I went over on time, you guys. I just didn't want to leave anything out. I tried my best to go through the entire document. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to open up the floor for Q&A. So any information that we went over today, you can ask any questions. So today we went over the business trust. We went over the entire indenture. And so whatever questions that you guys have in regards to the business trust, I am here to answer any question. So you can go ahead and raise your hand. Let's see here. You can go ahead and raise your hand or ask any questions that you might have.
Yeah, I have a question.
All right, go for it, Terry.
Terry. So I'm in the process of evicting a tenant or so. And if I put my property in the trust, will that affect that eviction process, or should I just wait to get the eviction done and then put it in the trust?
Yeah, so if I don't think that it's going to affect the eviction process. I know that you're in the process, so I would tell you just to wait until that process is done and completed. That would be the best thing to do. But in the middle of you being, in court trying to get this tenant out, the only thing that would change is that now you would be representing yourself as a trustee versus how is it now? Are you just representing yourself as an individual?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So now so it would still be the same process, but now you would be representing the trust. But I think that it would be a smoother process for you because now they might ask you for supporting, documents and stuff like that. So I think it would be a easier process for you to wait until you're done. Unless you feel like there's going to be like a countersuit or something else, because you don't also want to risk the tenant now suing you and stuff like that. So you can do it in the middle of the eviction. Just know that you're going to have to provide the certificate of trust and whatever other supporting documents that they might ask you for.
Okay. And also, too, I have began this trust process, and I don't know where I ended up. I did send some stuff and send it. Should I go back and look and make sure my property's not in a trust before I do this?
Wait,
You know
wait,
what I'm
wait.
saying?
Okay, I'm
I,
confused. Wait, you're not sure if the property is in the trust?
right, right.
Yeah.
I went through this process before, and I filled
Yeah.
out a lot of this paperwork and stuff, but I sent it in to the folks that I was doing it with.
Yeah.
And I know I didn't quit claim anything into the property, any assets, anything. So I was just wondering, would that affect doing this again with this property, or should I just go back and make sure that's null and void?
Okay, so if you didn't quit claim the property
No, I
into
didn't.
the name of the trust, then it's not in the trust. There's no other
Right.
way of doing it because
Okay.
you have to redeed the property.
Right.
So
Okay.
a lot of people, they would just list it inside of the trust, like what we
Mhm.
did. They'll put it in the
Right.
schedule, but never take the second step to actually put the property in the trust by going the legal route of actually deeding it over. So you have to do both in order for it to actually be a trust property.
Okay.
Yeah. So if
Okay.
you know for a fact that you didn't deed it
I know I
over,
didn't.
okay, then you're good. That property is not in the trust.
Right.
Yeah.
And I noticed
So,
too.
but if you have this trust and you've already listed it, then whatever trust that's in, you have to do an amendment to that to show to basically remove it out of it. So if it's showing that that property is inside of that trust, even though legally it's not, it's
Mhm.
still on the paperwork. So you would have to amend it to remove it out of that trust.
Okay, got it. And also too, I noticed that on the last page where It talked about there were some things missing on the list, like the address. Wait, hold on, where is this? Like my last page, like the administrative contact. I could always put it in, but I was wondering
Oh, yeah.
if you
Oh,
realized
okay.
that. Yeah, so like it was missing uh, one of the
Yeah,
pages
so
links.
in the so we have it separate, right? So my template
Hmm.
um so basically my template has it inside, and then the template that I was sending out previously had it separate as a separate page.
Hmm.
But now I updated the template so that it's inside, just like how I do it.
Hmm.
But it is on a separate page. So you should have received it. If not, then Aya or Dana could send it to you.
Okay.
And then also it is on in the resources in the course. So have you accessed the course and gone to where it says resources and you see a bunch of templates and forms and stuff?
Right. That's where I got it from. That's
Yep.
where I got it from. That's where mine is missing. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No
So,
worries. I could
so
just type it in.
okay, but the form is there though. So that
Okay.
last page, the administration contact information form is there under those documents.
Right. And my last question is, this may sound simple, but as the grantor, you use John Doe. Can I use John Doe? Or do I have to have somebody? No. Okay. All right. Just,
No, because it has to be a living person that's going to
okay. All
sign that it
right.
like right, no, in front of a notary. Like, yeah,
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
I know John Doe.
Okay. All
I
right.
do. Like so I always tell this story and I'll tell it to you, Terry, because it's funny, right? So me and John Doe go way back. Why? Because I was a registered nurse, and every single time that a patient would come in unidentified, I would put them in as John Doe,
Right.
right? So we go way back like two
Okay.
flats, a Cadillac. So
Okay.
that's what I know John Doe. He's my grantor.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Okay, man.
With that being said, if you're so that brings me to a good point that I haven't mentioned yet. One is you want to choose somebody that is not related by blood, right? Is it absolutely necessary? No. Right? So your grantor, they can be someone you're related to, but you don't want to choose someone so close to you, right? So
Right.
you want to choose like a best friend or a neighbor or or someone else, right? That's not related, in the event of an audit, in the event of a lawsuit. You always have to have that in the back of your mind, right? Because it's an irrevocable trust, right? So the way that we're setting it up is, okay, my neighbor Jimmy, he decided to set up a irrevocable trust, and he appointed me to be his trustee, right? So it could be an in-law or someone like that, but not someone who is blood related. But it can be a relative. So it can, but I would not recommend that that's your first option, right?
Okay.
With that being said, I don't mind serving as a grantor. So some people in our community, they sometimes find challenges with finding grantors. I don't mind. And then Flo, she is our ambassador here. Flo also doesn't mind serving as a grantor. So if you're unable to find one, then definitely tap in with the community. Another thing is that your grantor doesn't have to be in the same state as you, okay? A lot of
Okay.
people find that to be a challenge as well. So what you want to do is you want to send them the signature pages, via email. They'll print it out, they'll notarize it, and then they'll ship it to you and you'll notarize your signature, and then you have your executed trust, okay? So don't let that be a hindrance to you actually getting your trust done.
Awesome. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome, Terry. Thank you for asking those good questions. So, do I have any other questions? Let's see. I'm gonna look in the chat. Let me see. And I told you guys about the replay, and let me see. I will double. Uh, Rose said I'm double booked this week. Okay. Okay, Christelle, go ahead and ask your question because I'm looking inside of the chat for any other questions.
Yeah.
Um,
Good after. Should I go
hi,
ahead?
hi, how are
Yeah.
you?
So hi everyone. So my question is, sorry, I came in a little late into the session, but my question has to do with the I guess the board of officers. Do they? I mean, when you first get started, and you don't have a ton of asset, right? Like, is it necessary to have all these officers, or can you just, operate the trust by yourself? Is that something that you could do?
I mean, so okay, so the way that this trust is designed is to protect you, right?
Okay,
So it's to protect you, and the reason why we create a board of trustees is in the event of an audit, in the event of a lawsuit, right? You want to be protected and not showing that I'm a one-man show, right? And I'm the only one, because then they can accuse you, right? You don't want a judge to accuse you of, well, you're only operating this for your, your own interests, right? So now, can you appoint people and them actually like not, not doing whatever it is that like you don't give them any task? Yeah, right. So you can appoint a secretary, but you don't have any tasks for that secretary. Why? Because you chose to do it yourself. Right. You appoint a treasurer, but you're still handling the accounting, right? And the management of the trust fund, right? So can you do that? Absolutely, yes. But per the actual indenture, you should have an active board. That's one. And there's no time frame of when this board should be set up. But I would tell you that you want to, set it up as soon as possible. If it takes you 12 months to find somebody, then, that's what it is, right? Because this is an organization, it's a hiring and firing process, right? So with that being said, will you be operating it independently until you're able to hire those officers or appoint those officers? Yes. But then once that happens, then now you have a board and you have people that you can conduct a meeting with. So ultimately it's up to you, but I give you what is the best practice.
thank you. Sorry, quickly, second question. Would you include your 401ks and any other insurance policies that you have in the trust? Or
Yeah. So
yeah,
so the
okay.
four so the 401ks, those have to stay in your personal name, but you want to put the trust as the beneficiary of your 401k.
Oh,
Okay,
beneficial.
so the trust can't own your 401k because it's a personal thing between you and your employer. So yes, you want the trust to be the beneficiary of your 401k. And then with your insurance policy, you can, and I highly recommend that you make the trust the owner of the policy as well as the beneficiary of those life insurance policies. So yes,
Got it. Thank you.
you're so welcome. Thank you for asking those good questions. And then we have Deborah. Hey, Deborah, how are you? Deborah, I can't hear you. You're on mute. Deborah, um, are you able to come off mute? If not, are you able to type in your question? Because I can't hear you.
What?
I can hear you now.
Hey, Christina.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I just want to say hello.
Say that again?
You were watch the video again, so I mean, I got a lot of it done, but I'll be able to go back and look at it. So, how's
Yes.
everything going?
Good, good, good. Yes, the replays are super important because you get to retain the information. And I'm so sorry that I go so fast, and I know that I go fast, and it's just to stay within the time limit, which I end up going over now because it's 1:30. So I'm apologetic about that.
Okay. I have many, so we're not gonna go into it, but I'll go back through it again and then I'll get back with you on it.
Okay, no problem. All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Kara, how are you, Kara?
Hi there, I'm good. How are you?
Hi. Good, good, good. We're gonna have the Q&A session tomorrow,
I
okay?
know I'm gonna be there for sure. I'm
Okay,
just
good,
gonna ask
good,
a
good.
couple questions I think relate to today.
Okay, go for it.
So you had told me that you could have your living trust as a trustee. So would I then not have myself as a trustee at all? It would just be me as a living trust.
Yeah, so the grantor, the trustee, and the beneficiary can be entities, yes. So you can have a trust be the trustee of your trust, yes. And I mean
Because a
it
living trust is in my name. It's like my name, living trust, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I could be the grantor and then my own name could be the trustee. No,
No, that's a
that'd be
conflict
my
of
double signature on, yeah.
that's a conflict of
But
interest. You don't
if I put myself as the trustee, that I'm not myself, but my living trust, I don't need to also be co-trustee with myself, do I?
correct, correct.
Okay, just think of it as like they're both me, but one's me as a trust and me as a person, either works.
Yes.
Okay. And then my other question, and maybe you want to answer it tomorrow instead, but I want to understand like what are the real differences between the business and the family besides the intention of the trust? I mean, is there any like verbiage in the trust that's important that it be there for business versus family, or is it just sort of just tailoring it more word wise to one or the other?
That's a good question. So it's pretty much what you said, right? One is the intent and purpose. That is the difference,
Yeah.
but then, obviously the verbiage is different too, right? Because the business trust, inside of the business trust, we have it to where it's managing other entities, and inside of the family trust, it's not designed to do that. It's not designed to manage other entities. It's only designed to hold assets.
To hold,
So both,
okay.
yeah, both of them hold assets, but the family trust can the family trust doesn't manage other assets, but it can have ownership interests in other entities. But it doesn't like manage those entities.
Okay.
Yeah. That was
Thank
a
you.
good question. You're welcome. All right. And then next we have Patrick. Hey, Patrick.
All right, cool. Sorry, I was trying to work the mute button here and some other stuff.
I know
Here,
the mute button is tricky.
can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. Hey,
Awesome.
Patrick.
Awesome. Hey, so I got two questions.
Okay.
The first one was, I know early on you were mentioning something about the domicile,
Uh-huh.
and so I was doing some research previously where some people would like to set up their trust or businesses in like say states like Nevada or Delaware or Wyoming for tax purposes. And so I'm
Mhm.
currently in Virginia. And so would there be a reason why I want to do that versus Virginia?
I mean, yes, so you have to understand the difference between your trust versus the other entities that you're talking about, right? So
Right.
the other entities that you're talking about, those are statutory entities. And so you're referring to what? To LLCs and to what?
Oh, LLCs or any other entities, but I also saw, well, I was referring mainly to like to the trust though. Because I seen
Okay.
the
Okay,
trust.
so you have statutory trusts.
Mhm.
Um, so you're probably talking about statutory trust, right? Where it's advantageous for them to set it up in certain states, right? Where their identity is not disclosed or for tax purposes, things
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah.
And so those are statutory entities that actually have the state statutes of Nevada, the state statutes of Wyoming embedded inside of their contract.
You just answered. I'm sorry, you just answered it because I think we're in the non-statutory part, right? Which is more like
Yeah.
private. Okay. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
answered it. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Part two of the question. So I got my wife right beside me, right? So we're
Yeah,
here talking.
I was like looking like, okay, who's that over there? What's her name, Patrick?
Chanel. She's right.
Chanel. Hi, Chanel. How are you?
Hi.
So we're here talking. We talked about like the first trustee and then the co-trustees, right? And so we're going back and forth because she said, "Well, who's going to be the first trustee?" Right? And then because the co-trustee can be booted, yeah, by the first trustee. So she said, "Is there a way that say we both sit in the first trustee slot so no one can vote each other out?"
No, so there has to be one first trustee. But what you can do is you can delete the section that says that the trustee can terminate the co-trustee.
Okay. Okay.
And then it won't be applicable inside of your trust.
Got it. Sounds good. Thank you.
So whatever you're not in alignment with, delete it. It's your organization and you customize it to what best fits you guys.
All right, sounds good. All right, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Let me look in the chat. Is there any other questions? I don't see any other hands up. Is there any?
I got my hand up.
Oh, okay. All right. Is it Saran?
Saran, like the rap.
Saran, like Saran wrap?
Yes.
No, you did not give me the example.
Listen, hey, I work because they don't give me royalties. They were incepted 1 year before my birth. I checked. I was trying to get paid. Hello. I'm triple booked, so I've been trying to do this and everything, but I had 2 questions that I don't think were answered. So the people that I want to designate as trustee are all in different states.
Oh.
Is that an issue? Where would I have the signing state be? So like, for example, one is in California, one's in Florida, one's in New York. I'm in Maryland. So how would I choose my state?
Oh, that's a good question. You just have to choose. So just think about it this way. Although the trustees are in 3 different states, where do you want the trust to live? Right?
With
Or
me.
like with you. So then
Yeah.
so if the residency of the trust is you said in Virginia or Maryland?
Maryland.
Right. So it's fine, right? The trustee doesn't even have to be in this country, right?
Okay.
So it's absolutely fine. And like I told you, if you need to email it to them, they print it out, they sign it, they send it to the second trustee, they notarize, sign, send it to the third trustee, notarize, sign, and boom, it ends up with you. Because you're the one who's going to be, holding on to the trust, then you might want to choose the state where the trust is actually going to be held.
Okay, so then I would sign it first and send it to them and have it be Maryland.
Yeah, but you don't have to sign it first though, because you might just want to email it to whoever's going to sign it first. And then you could sign it last because it's going to end up with you anyways, unless you want to do the printing and the shipping. Do you want to initiate printing and the shipping?
I mean, I can. I just wasn't sure about that because when you go to a notary, they all sign with their state and commission. And so I don't know if I needed to do a state and commission for each one for whatever state they're in.
You do.
So, okay. And then my next question was, I already have an established trust. How would this link to it, or would I just keep them separate? I've already funded it 100% about 2 years ago with my attorney. So would I need to move, just create new assets, or decide to designate some of those assets into this, or how would that work? Or have you seen it where people have already had something established and moved it around?
Yeah, I mean, so the current trust that you have, you don't have to dissolve it. You can continue to operate it, right? Because ultimately, it sounds like you have a lot of assets, so you're going to need multiple trusts anyways. So, it's not advised that you have all of your assets in one trust. So if you have, let's just say 10 assets in there, you might want to reallocate and take some of those assets out and put them into the new trust that you're setting up. So that's one thing. And then another thing is that with your existing trust, you can have that be a beneficiary or hold another position inside of the new trust that you're establishing. So if you want, for example, your existing trust to be the beneficiary of your business trust, then you can do that. And then you can start, flowing money from your business trust into the trust that you already have. So you can incorporate it in your structure. You don't have to dissolve it, and it doesn't have to be, isolated either.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
But
and that was my beginning question. So okay, good. Go ahead, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. So just make sure that whatever assets you're taking out of the trust, that you are doing the amendment to show that those assets were removed, and whatever, legal paperwork you need to show so that you can transfer the ownership from one trust to another.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we could cross that bridge and talk about it on Friday as well.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Let me look and let me see Seven. Hey, Seven, how are you?
Hey, what's up?
Oh.
I had two questions. The thing that Patrick was talking about, where's that located?
It's in the resources tab under the course. So when you log in, there's two. One is for the recordings, the other one is for the course. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom to where it says resources.
I thought it was inside the document though, where he could take something out.
Oh, wait, I'm confused. What are we talking about? Because I thought we were talking about the administration contact information. I'm sorry.
No, Patrick was saying something about you said take out what doesn't go with your trust, and he had mentioned something that where two trustees can't take each other out.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's under the section that the section that says trustee. So what
Okay.
section? Yeah, so it's under the section that says trustee, and right under it says it's right under, hold on, let me just look it up real quick. Hold on one second.
Trustee.
Is that around section 7?
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Under trustee.
It's past privacy though, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now. Hold on one second. Not
Tell me the number. The number.
Yeah, I know. I don't have the number memorized. I gotta look for it. It's under right here under trustee 15.
15? Okay.
Yeah, under section B, where it says the first trustee may terminate the co-trustee for violation of the trust.
Let's see. 15. Where's that? Okay. And it's under first trustee, co-trustee, violator, trust. Okay, so that part. Okay.
Yeah.
And the other question was, you said a grantor can also be an organization?
Yeah, an entity, yes.
An entity. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So that would be like if I set up another trust, I could use that entity as the grantor.
Yes, so you just don't want to be the signatory for both. So that other trust, if you have a co-trustee, you want that co-trustee to sign for as the grantor for this trust.
Okay. So the grantor, the second trustee can sign for the grantor?
So whatever entity you're using as the grantor, if you have a co-trustee for that entity, you want that individual to sign.
Okay, perfect. Got it. Thank you.
You're so welcome. All right. So is there any other questions I did not answer? I'm trying to look. So Patricia said, can the sole proprietorship be put into the trust? So, the sole proprietorship, so it's just, so the sole proprietorship is your individual name plus an EIN. So I don't see where the ownership of it is. The sole proprietorship. I mean, so if you're considering it as an entity, then you can put it in there if you want to, but the sole proprietorship is pretty much just an EIN for you as an individual. So it's really up to you. If you want to consider that as an asset and put it in the trust. Let's see, a lot of information. Wait. So there's this one. Okay, Robert, I saw something you have in there. Okay. Go ahead, Robert, because I'm
Okay.
looking at your question on the chat, but are you gonna ask it now?
No, I am. I just thought of
Okay.
another one, but
Okay, you're gonna
no.
ask all of them because okay, go ahead. Go for it.
The first one we were talking about like having an entity as a trustee for this one since it's a holding trust. How do you sign? Do you just sign? Like, is there a specific way you have to sign
Oh yeah, that's a
when
good
doing that?
question. Oh yeah, absolutely. So so you want to sign as a trustee, so you can put your signature and then the verbiage as trustee of, April
Okay.
Holdings, right? So you want to
Okay.
have that verbiage after your signature for the actual, for the signature. Yeah. That's a really good question. And then was that the question you had in the chat? Because I already passed
No,
through.
that's okay. The
Oh,
question I had in the chat
yeah.
was just confirming that I can get a notary here to sign everything, and as long as I do the consideration, the trustee is effective and good, ready to go.
Yeah, okay. What do you mean by here? Like,
Oh, in my state. I'm in
oh
my
yeah,
state.
I mean you can you can notarize it anywhere, yeah. So, are you and the grantor in the same place?
Yes.
Okay, absolutely. So the trust needs to be notarized by the grantor and by yourself. So a lot of people choose to do it together. So if that's what you guys are doing, then yeah, you're fine. You just need one notary to notarize both signatures, and that then turns your trust into a legal entity. And then from there, you can start operating it right away. So as soon as you got that notary stamp, it's legal and you can run to the bank, you can start putting assets, whatever it is that you're ready to do.
Okay, awesome. And my
All
last
right.
question, I don't know if it's on topic, but it was, I know several people who want to get on this path, getting their own trust, and I just wasn't sure. Can we refer them to 7 Ways to Wealth? Is there an affiliate like that to that, or what
Oh
does that look like for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a good question. So in your email, and then also in the chat, we have our affiliate sign up link. So if you guys want to be an affiliate for 7 Ways to Wealth, if you know people who actually want to set up their trust, then you can sign up as an affiliate, and we're going to give you an affiliate link, and then you can go ahead and send it to prospects. And then it'll track them. So once they hit that link, then it'll track them as your affiliate. And if they join the program, you get 20% off, 20% commission off of their enrollment fee.
Okay, cool. And I'm sorry, I gotta go back through my emails. And it tells us what that enrollment fee is, because I know they're gonna ask me like, well, how much is it?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. So the affiliate link, it leads them to our website. And
Website.
so yeah, so the website shows the prices and stuff. So
Okay.
like the course is $997, the workshop's $2,500, the
Okay.
individual private sessions are 10,000. So whatever
Okay.
they end up, going for.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you. All right, and then we have Fatima, and then we are going to wrap it up for today, and I will give you guys some homework. Hi, Fatima.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Okay, so I didn't want to interrupt the course in the beginning. I was just learning this Zoom things the first time, but I did not receive the document that we went over,
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
not sure how to get into it. I did receive some emails. See, most of my emails that I get is on my cell phone, so I haven't actually linked it up to my computer yet. So I'm gonna do that, and I was just wondering, where would I find that? I did reach out to the email that asked me to respond to the confirmation, but no one responded back.
Oh, okay. All right. So Dana and Aya, they are going to be able to send everything over.
Okay.
So let me get your email. Hold on one second. You said you responded. Hold on one second. Are you able to
Yes,
private message your email or put it in the chat, and then I can forward it over to them and we can have that, sent to you in the next 5 minutes?
I'm not sure. It took me a long time to even do the raising the hand.
Oh,
I had to find it. I
okay.
haven't been on Zoom for a
Hold
minute.
on one second. Hold on. Let me just hold on one
Okay.
second. Hold on. I'm
Mhm.
gonna look you up in the system. Just give me one second. Okay. What, and your last name is it Brown or
Muhammad.
Mohammed?
Muhammad.
Okay, okay, got it. Okay, yeah, I see that the email was sent, but it was sent through the system. So
Okay.
I'm gonna forward it to her now so that she can manually do it. So that
Okay.
so that we can verify and make sure that you actually received it, okay?
All right. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
So are we gonna be needing docs tomorrow as well?
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, we
Okay.
the way that it works is you're going to receive an email every single day at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's an hour before the workshop starts. And you're going to receive all the resources as an attachment in that email. So today we got the attachments for the trust checklist, the calendar, and the business trust template. So tomorrow we are going to be setting up our private family trust. So we're going to get the trust checklist and the template for the private family trust in the email, plus the unique Zoom link. So every single day is a different Zoom link. So this Zoom link is not going to be the one for tomorrow. And you get an email with the resources, and then you also get a text message reminder that also has the Zoom link. So with the resources, you just want to download it, have it ready to go for the workshop so that we can actually work through it together. So
Okay.
that's the plan for tomorrow. So I'll make sure that she sends, today's stuff for you. And then the recording is going to be inside of the online portal. So when you log in, you are going to see one section that says workshop recordings, and then you can just go in there, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and then you'll be able to click on the workshop recording for today. It's going to say April 22nd. It's going to say April workshop, and then it'll have day 1 and today's date. And then the recording will be right there for you guys to review. And then you can watch the recording, pause it, slow it down and stuff like that, because I talk fast, while you're actually filling out your templates. So
Okay.
I do have, yeah, so that's going to be for tomorrow. Any other questions, Fatima?
So you said that we would have to sign up for a Google Docs account to get that?
No, you don't have to. So it's sent on a Word doc attachment.
Okay.
I recommend that you fill it out in Google Docs. So if you open up your email, do you have Gmail?
I will have to set that up. I'm dealing with
Oh,
Yahoo. Mhm.
oh, you were Yahoo. Okay. Do they have Docs on Yahoo?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. All right. Oh,
Mhm.
you have Microsoft?
Outlook, I do.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I don't. I will have to set it up tonight, so I'll do a Gmail account and all that.
Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
I like Gmail. It's easier because everything's like all aligned and stuff like that. A lot of people they they are okay with working with that. So you just, you let me know what if you need any help, okay?
Okay.
Dana is our program director, so she's here to assist you along the way with whatever it is that you need, okay?
All right. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
All right.
All right, thank you. All right, Miss Deborah, I see that your hand is up. I can't hear you. I see your mouth moving, but you're still on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
Yes, I didn't receive anything anyway as far as the packet. I went into the system, we were talking about the two icons, and I found out a document. That's how I got the actual document for the day, but it was supposed to be more than one. I didn't receive that. And then I also missed that last page like everybody else with the contact info.
Okay, all right. So the email was sent through the system and sometimes it goes into spam. So
Okay.
have you gotten a chance to check your spam? So unfortunately, sometimes you might have to check your spam, and then moving forward, the best thing to do is to save our email as a contact in your mail system so that it doesn't go to spam, or just report it not as spam because it's going to happen tomorrow and the rest of the week. All of our emails are going to go to spam.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay. All right. Awesome. All right, guys. So we are wrapping it up. So I told you tomorrow we are going to be doing the family trust. So I do have homework for you guys. The first thing is to join the Facebook group. I know some of you guys have joined the Facebook group. I saw some intros. I know Ms. Deborah is in there. So go ahead and join the Facebook group, and then go ahead and introduce yourself, right? So if you want to do like an introductory video, or if you want to do like a picture and a post, just let us know, who you are, and what you have going on, if you have a business or anything like that, so that we can get to familiarize ourselves with you, and we can get to know you, okay? Because right now our Facebook group is over 300 people, which is 300 trustees. And so we are a tight-knit community. Flo, that you see inside of the chat, she is one of our brand ambassadors. So you can go to her for any type of assistance that you need, and she's very active inside of the Facebook group. Dana is our program director, so if you have any questions, you can drop it inside of the Facebook group, and she will be able to answer the questions, within 24 hours or less. So we want to know exactly who you are, because now you are part of the Wealthy Trustee community. You are a trustee. You are actively building your trust right now, you guys. So go ahead and join the Facebook group, and please introduce yourselves, because we have a whole week ahead of us. I have homework for you guys every single night, and you really want to be engaged in the community. We are very engaged in the community. So with that being said, that is your homework, and I will see you guys here tomorrow on Zoom at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You will receive the email with the resources and the link an hour before the workshop. So you guys have an amazing day, an amazing weekend, and I will see you guys tomorrow when we set up the family trust. All right. Bye, everybody.